What's up guys, I'm the Ultimate Fighting Consultant and today we got our quick picks for UFC 311. If you'd like access to all my official bets, hit the link in the description, use code VIP and join up for 50% off the monthly price. Now with that out of the way, let's get right to the picks. First up, we got Tagir Ulanbekov taking on Clayton Carpenter. Now both of these guys are good grapplers, but Tagir has the edge in striking and experience, so I'm favoring him here. But I do think the odds are a little too wide because Clayton Carpenter is a pretty decent prospect, but pick wise, I'm gonna have to go with Tagir here. Next up, we got Turcios taking on Benardo Sopaj, and my pick hasn't changed for this one. I'm going with Sopaj all day here. Yeah, his last fight he got tired, he got gassed out, and we saw one of the nastiest knockouts of the year. But he took that fight on short notice, and he was dominating early in that fight. It's been a while since then. I'm sure he's been working on his conditioning. Give me Sopaj here. Next up, we got Rinya Nakamura taking on Muin Gafarov, and I'm taking the undefeated prospect here. Give me Nakamura. He's a really good wrestler. He has really good control when he takes you down, and I don't think Gafarov will be able to stop the takedowns. Give me Nakamura all day here. Next up, we got Carol Rosa taking on Ailin Perez, and this is a step up in the rankings for Perez after she got a pretty dominant win in her last fight. And as I'm sitting here recording this, Ailin Perez is a plus 230 underdog at BetMGM. She's going to be the better wrestler in this matchup. Carol Rosa, she's more of a striker. So I think Perez can take this fight to Rosa, make it ugly, get the takedowns. Give me Ailin Perez as the underdog here. And for our featured early prelim, we got the always exciting Grant Dawson taking on Diego Ferreira. And when I say always exciting, I'm being sarcastic, but that's actually a good thing in this case, because Grant Dawson doesn't force anything. He doesn't chase finishes. He takes his time and plays it safe. And that's a good thing against a guy like Diego Ferreira, who's coming off back-to-back knockout wins. I think Dawson is going to land the takedowns, have no problem at all making it boring, and he's going to secure the win. Give me Grant Dawson as the pick. Next up, we got Jailton Almeida taking on Serghei Spivac, and we took Spivac in his last fight against Tabor where he got an impressive submission win, but I think Almeida is just better here. He's going to be the better grappler. Neither of their striking is anything to write home about, but Almeida should be the better striker too. Yeah, Almeida got knocked out by Blades, but Blades hits hard, and Blades is a better wrestler than Spivac too, so give me Almeida here. Next up, we got Payton Talbott taking on Raoni Barcelos, and I feel like they're just feeding Barcelos to the wolves here because he's 37 years old going up against a young prospect that's knocking people out left and right, who also has decent grappling too. I don't see how Barcelos wins this fight. Give me Talbott all day here. Opening up the main card, we got Kevin Holland taking on Reinier the Ritter, and Rainier's last fight, not that impressive. Back and forth with Gerald Mearshard, the striking looked absolutely sloppy and disgusting at times. I think Holland is the better mixed martial artist. The striking's not even close. And yeah, Reinier should have an advantage on the ground, but Kevin Holland isn't a fish out of water on the ground either. He has some solid submissions, and I just think he has more ways to win, and if Reinier starts throwing sloppy strikes like he did in his last fight, I think Holland can put his lights out. Give me Kevin Holland as the pick. Next up, we got Beneil taking on Money Moicano, and guys, honestly, I don't think Dariush's head is in this game anymore. It's really demoralizing when you're in that top 5 and then you get knocked out by Charles Oliveira, and then you immediately get knocked out by Arman, and on the flip side, you got a hungry up-and-comer, and he wants the money, and he wants it bad. I think this is going to be a fun fight. Neither of them are quitters. They're both kind of chinny though, but I think Moicano gets it done here. He's coming off a very impressive win over Benoit. Give me Moicano. Next up, we got Jiří Procházka taking on Jamal Hill, and guys, yeah, Jamal Hill has become very unlikable after his loss to Ferreira. He's become a sore loser. But first of all, that's just rage baiting, and second, I think it's affecting a lot of people's picks here because Jamal Hill is still a pretty good striker, and his nickname is Sweet Dreams because he has a lot of power in those hands. And these guys have two common opponents we can compare them to. They both lost to Ferreira. Jiří lost twice, and they both beat Glover. But who had the more dominant win against Glover? It was Jamal Hill, because Jiří won by a 5th round desperation submission, and Hill outstruck Glover for 5 rounds straight. It wasn't even close. I think people are overlooking Hill here, and I'm taking him. Also, 14 out of their combined 16 UFC fights have ended inside the distance, so that would be a prop to look at for sure here. But I'm taking Jamal Hill. And for our co-main event, we got Merab Dvalishvili taking on Umar Nurmagomedov. I'm going with Merab here. The level of competition of their opponents isn't even close, and these odds are so disrespectful. I honestly think it's a trap. Look at the casual bettor. They see the name of Nurmagomedov and they see a 3-1 favorite. They're going to immediately think he's a lock. I'm here to tell you he's not, because Merab has beaten Olympic gold medalist Henry Cejudo. He's beaten Peter Yan, who has a very similar fighting style to Umar. Great striker, good wrestler. It was no issue for Merab. Oh, but Umar's more technical. Umar's gonna knock him out. Umar's never fought someone that's gonna bring the fight to him. Someone who's non-stop takedowns, who doesn't get tired. I've seen this line go up as high as plus 290, and I'm taking it all day. Give me Merab as the pick. And for our main event, we got Arman Tsarukyan taking on Islam Makhachev. And you guys are going to kill me for this, but I'm betting against both Dagestanis here because both their lines are super inflated. Yeah, Islam won in their first matchup, but that was a 22-year-old Arman making his debut on short notice. He's gotten way better since then. 11 fights in the UFC, and he's only lost to Islam in that fight and Gamrot. And let's be honest, the Gamrot one was a robbery. This is a fight Arman's been training for since he lost that first fight. Every single interview after that fight, he said, I want to fight my way up and fight Islam again. This isn't a fight he just started training for. He knew it was going to happen. I do think Arman is the better wrestler here, but I also think Islam is the better all-around grappler. He has better judo, throws better submissions, but I like Arman as an underdog here. And I've seen this line go up as high as plus 340, which is insane because I have this fight 55-45 in favor of Islam. So give me the underdog all day here. Give me Arman Tsarukyan to become the lightweight champion of the world. And that will do it for our quick picks, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if you want access to all my official bets, just hit that link down below and use code VIP to lock in 50% off the monthly price. I'm the Ultimate Fighting Consultant, and I'll see you in the next one.